start pace and some starts. Meet will start at 12:20. So 12:05. We'll go with our sprint lanes and pace lanes. Once again, 12:05. 12:05. We'll have our pace lanes and sprint lanes set up. Pace lanes will be 1 and 10. 2 and 9 one-way sprint lanes from the start end of the pool. That'll be 12:05. We're going to need some coach help on that, getting things situated. Thank you. Don't forget any of the top 8 or top 10 finalists for tonight. Championship bioforms are available at the help desk. You can fill them out, leave them on the help desk. That'd be great. Thank you.
All right, coaches, in 3 minutes, we go to specific warm-up, lane 2 and 9, one-way sprints, lanes 1 and 10, pace. Warm-up will go to 12:15. Time trials will have an on-time start at 12:20. 12:20 start for time trials. Warm-up will end at 12:15. Lanes 2 and 9 will be one-way sprints at 12:05. Lane 1 and 10 will be pace lanes. And coaches will ask for your assistance to make the transition from general warm-up to specific warm-up. 12:05 sprint lanes 2 and 9. Lanes 2 and 9 will be sprint lanes. Lanes 1 and 10 will be pace at 12:05 for the last 10 minutes of warm-up. All right, lanes 2 and 9 are one-way sprints. We'll open up more as needed. Lanes 1 and 10 are pace. We will open up length as needed. We'll open up additional sprint lanes in lanes 3 and 8 as needed. Warm-up goes for 10 minutes. We'll clear the pool at 12:15. We'll have an on-time start at 12:20.
All right, we're going to use lanes 3 and 8. Lanes 3 and 8 are going to be one-way sprint. We can clear lanes 3 and 8 for one-way sprints. Pool will be clearing in 3 minutes. We're going to use 3 and 8 for one-way sprints. Lanes 3 and 8 for one-way sprints. All right, can we please clear the pool? Please clear the pool. We're trying to get started in the next 4 minutes. Not 6 or 7, but 4 minutes. Trying to get started here.
We are not starting in 6, 7 minutes. We are starting in 4 minutes.
All right, swimmers in event 241 should be reporting behind the blocks. Swimmers in event 241 should be reporting behind the blocks.
Lane 6-7. Lane 6-7, heat 1. Are you ready? Can we have a Greater Spartanburg coach to the admin table? Greater Spartanburg coach to the admin table. Greater Spartanburg, we need a coach to the admin table in 6 to 7 seconds.
Coach Owen, do you know the street that we turned down to get here? It's 6-7 Street. All right, welcome to the time trials, day 2. Up first is event 241, women's 200 long course meter freestyle. Qualifying time is 2:14.99. Mr. Starter, heat 1. All right, in lane 2, Young. Lane 3, Smock. Lane 4, Kelly. Lane 5, Keller. Lane 6, Denise. Lane 7, Funderbunk. Lane 8, Gravis. Lane 9, Coladas. Lane 10, Mills. It might look like there's 6 or 7 race teams, but there actually is only 3. All right, let's keep them moving here. Let's keep them moving. Out fast is lane 2. Young, 106.2, 7. All right, reminder, the qualifying time we're looking for is 2:14.99. 2:14.99. Lane 2 split 36.67 on that last 50. Let's bring them home. Many of these girls are seated above 225 in meters. So these are going to be some real good swims here. Big Show's off to a good start. Oh, nice swim. Good job, ladies.
All right, heat number 2, the Madam Referee. All right, and in the water now is the second of 7 heats. In lane number 1, Milan Fervier. Lane 2, Grace Madden. Lane number 3, Zoe Egan. Lane number 4, Ellery Hayes. Lane number 5, Addison Schwelm. In lane 6, we have Stella Green. Lane number 7, Kaylee Holler. Lane number 8, Julia Istanbuli. Lane 9, Charlotte Rowland. And in lane 10, Sarah Azinga. And out to that quick lead is Stella Green, 31:41. Well ahead of that 2:14.99 pace. Stella being challenged right there in the inside lane 5. That's Addison Schwelm. And on the outside, Kaylee Holler. These ladies making her work for it as they approach the halfway mark. 6 or 7 meters to go as they come into the wall. Stella Green, 106.14, holding on to that lead. Let's see if she can keep it up. Stella shooting about 6-7 strokes per cycle here. And it is a very close race between lanes 5, 6, and 7 right now. 6, 7 starting to pull away a little bit. Stella trying to hold on with Kaylee Holler. And it is 5 right now. Addison Schwelm holding up lane 6, 7. Addison from the Rays hashtag, which I believe is the Ridley Rays. Coach Eric holding on, cheering her on loudly. Addison, she's turning up the tempo, 0.67, here she goes. Under the flags, being flanked out there, watch out, lane 7. And it is Kaylee Holler in lane 7 to 17:08.
All right, heat 3, Madam Referee. All right, this is heat 3. In lane 1, Rocks. Lane 2, Hunsaker. Lane 3, Erickson. Lane 4, Caruser. Lane 5, Bernal. Lane 6, Adikaji. Lane 7, Sanders. Lane 8, Brown. Lane 9, Matos. Lane 10, Minderbu. Lane 3 out to a quick start here. It's kind of funny, the girls in 6'7", ages end in 6'7".
Oh, you'll get that. And a Canadian gutter ball. And a boom shakalaka. I know them all, man.
Lane 3 still holding on to a slight lead here as we push past the halfway point. All right, here we go at the 150. Lane 6, followed by 5 and 7. It's going to be a race between 5, 6, 7 as we finish. Remember, we're looking for 2:14.99. Really strong push here, 2:14.99. Let's cheer in. Might get our first qualifier. And we got one. Congratulations. Top 4 rounding out includes 6, 7, 5. Nice job, ladies.
That's heat number 4, Madam Referee. Off we go now into the 4th of 7 heats. Ladies have entered the water. Reed Chandage in 1, Abby Wildstein in 2, Bella Buccio in 3, Amanda Simso in 4, Charlie Marcons in 5, Izzy Nasa in 6, Hazel Wright in 7, Samantha Jackson in 8, Lauren Goltz in 9, and Sophia Fragella in 10. Ladies and gentlemen, remember, the louder you cheer, the faster they swim. Don't be shy. Out there in lane number 2, that's Abby Weinstein, spitting 31-0. We got about 6, 7 coaches here counting and yelling loud. Let's be proud. Coming into that 15-meter mark now, lane number 2, still with that lead, that's Abby. But lane 4, Amanda is flanking her. Coming into the wall and not letting her get away early here. Lane 4, Amanda Semsel, 105.7, well under the cut here. Her coach slows down that 6-7 whistle, said it's time to churn and burn, shake and bake. Six or 7 strokes to the middle of the pool now. Amanda Simsel turning on the afterburners. Will she have it in the jets here in the last 50? 6, 7 meters to go as she turns. 141.4. Lane number 8 now, taking control of second place. Semsel, though, with a .67 tempo rate. Grinding now. She's got some work to do to stay under that cut. The rest of the field chasing, y'all got to get loud. 6, 7 meters to go. Under the flags, here she goes. And she's 2:16.07, Amanda Semsel.
Up next, Heat 5, Madam Referee. Heat 5, lane 1, Anastasio. Lane 2, Biggie. Lane 3, Quinn. Lane 4, Hummel. Lane 5, Grow. Lane 6, Rhodes. Lane 7, Peripsky. Lane 8, Arias. Lane 9, Nonamaker. Lane 10, Hoffman. Oh, we got a scratch in lane 10. But not in lane 6 or 7. No, I'm sorry, 25. 25.
But don't worry, we'll get up there.
We'll get it.
We're working hard. We'll be 6'7" for sure.
Not to steal Todd's line, but 6-7 meters from the finish here, or from the halfway mark. We have a shot in a couple lanes here. Let's keep it going. All right, let's keep up that noise. Let's keep the energy going here. This is the 150. We have a bunch of lanes with a shot, including lane 6 and 7. Reminder, that qualifying time is 2:14.99. 2:14.99. Going to be a mad dash to the finish here. We're looking again for 2:14.99. We've got one. Oh, just off. Great job, ladies.
All right, heat 6-7. Madam Referee. Entering the water now, heat 6-7. In lane number 1, Amelia Reno. Lane 2, Emma Esser. Lane 3, Sydney Wright. Lane 4, Victoria Bono. Lane 5, Ava Scron. Lane 6, Hannah Baumgartner. Lane 7, Heidi Ross. Lane number 8, Liv Kay. Lane number 9, Eden Russell. And rounding out the field in lane 10, that's Caroline Moore. Again, this is heat 6-7. In the water now. That's lane number 2, some outside smoke from Jersey Shore Y. Channeling the boardwalk at a 30.9. Look at her go. That's Emma Esser in this 6 of 7 heat. What an even field we got here. These ladies all charging to the wall together at this halfway mark. No one giving in. Look at them putting on a show for us. And it looks like lanes 1 and 2, teammates out there, Eden Russell, Caroline Moore, swimming for more than just bragging rights in the 6-7 heat. I can't tell if it's a 6 or 7 beat kick going on here, but these ladies are moving. 15 meters left in that third 50 in this 6 of 7 heats. Some outside smoke, but it is lane 6 now. That's a 4th lead change. Hannah Baumgartner holding off lane 3, Sydney Wright. These ladies now charging for the finish, 25 meters out. Let's get it hyped up. And again, this is a heat 6-7. We got one more to go. Lane 6 coming in strong in heat 6-7, and she will hit that wall. 2:13.43. You got a national cut. Lane 3, you got a national cut. Way to go in heat 6-7.
Heat 7, Madam Referee. All right, Heat 7, not 6. We got lane 1, Spetz, lane 2, Schroeder, lane 3, Tejeda, lane 4, Brodowitz, lane 5, Nuremberg, lane 6, Westhoven, lane 7, Fox, lane 8, Schroeder, lane 9, Trinity, lane 10, Phelan. Looks like we have scratches in 8 and 9, but not 6, 7. We are at 37. Hard charge out of there in lane 2. That's Coach Mike and the Tiger Sharks. All right, let's keep them moving as we get through the 100 here. Looks like we had a couple swimmers going after some intermediate cuts, 50 and 100. We have a little bit of smoke out of lane 6 and 7 right now. Westhoven and Fox. Let's bring these ladies home. Five, 6, 7, all fighting for that 2:14.99. Let's keep the noise up. 2:14.99. All right, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 new qualifiers. Congratulations, ladies.
Up next, event 242, men's 200-meter freestyle time trial. This is the first of 7 heats. Madam Referee. Entering in the water with the qualifying time that we're looking for is a 2:03.59. Lane number 2, Noah Dittmer. Lane 3, Will Dukes. Lane number 4, Mason Schultz. Lane number 5, Michael Zhu. Lane 6, Luke Oland. Lane 7, David Kavansky. And in lane 8, Travis Irvin. 6, 7 meters into the wall for these gentlemen. That's the first wall. Looks like lane number 1, we got some outside smoke. Noah Dittmer throwing down a 28.89. Slightly off that 28.67 pace we're looking for. Dittmer out here cooking up some dinner all by his lonesome in lane 2. 6 or 7 meters ahead of the rest of the field into that turn. 0068, just under that pace. Dittmer's gonna have to hang on. Dittmer cooking out there like he's a 4-star Michelin chef. Extending that lead from 6, 7 meters out to like 9, 10 meters. Into his final turn, 33.0 for Dittmer. He's gonna have to come home in a 30.67. Let's cheer him on. Noah Dittmer, wire to wire, owning this race. 15 meters to go. He's under the flags now. Churning and burning, he hits the wall, 2:05.46. What a swim by Noah Dittmer.
Up next, Heat 2, Madam Referee. All right, in the water is Heat 2. In lane 1, Tomaszewski. Lane 2, Martin. Lane 3, Osborne. Lane 4, Abel. Lane 5, McDonald. Lane 6, Binderwald. Lane 7, Alanik. Lane 8, Kugelmeter Hansard. Lane 9, Foss. Lane 10, Ness. All right, Logan out fast in lane 4. Upper Perk. Out in 59.3. Let's go, Coach Owen. Get him going. Todd, I just remembered that LaMelo Ball is 6'7". All right, here we go. Turning at the 150. Again, the time that we are looking for out of these gentlemen are 2:03.59. 2:03.59. Let's bring Logan home, as he's really pulled away from the field by about 6 or 7 meters here. All these gentlemen are above 2:10 entry time. These are going to be some good swims. Oh, so close, Logan. Great swim. Lots of time drops. Nice job, gentlemen.
Heat number 3 of 7, Madam Referee. And they're in the water. Lane number 1, Perturb Malvinkar. Lane 2, Justin Flynn. Lane 3, Nicholas Lagvala. Lane number 4, Noah Richardson. Lane 5, Griffin Lawton. Lane 6, Kevin Brennan. Lane 8, Raul Kai. Lane number 8, Daniel Bishop. 9, Oliver Johnson. And 10, Owen Du Bois. Ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't take 6 or 7 officials and volunteers to make this meet happen. It takes more like 67. Let's give them a round of applause here. They're coming early, they're leaving late, all 67 of them. We're so thankful for every one of them. Coming into the halfway mark, looks like lane number 6. That's Kevin Brennan. But that was me guessing. And I was right. Lane number 6, Kevin Brennan out in a 59.82. Just under where he needs to be to make that cut. These swimmers charging the field. pretty bunched together. It's going to be a great race as they got about 67 meters to go now. Looks like we have a lead change. Lane number 9, 31.8. He splits 32.2. If he can come back at about a 30 point, he's got a shot. That's Oliver Johnson from NCY. Those outer lanes, 6, 7, 8, 9 have been pretty fast today. Trying to hold on, but we got some speed in the middle now. Lane number 5, is it too early, too late? It's lane 9, 2:04.67, Oliver Johnson.
Up next, Heat 4, Madam Referee. All right, Heat 4, lane 1, Lake, lane 2, Griffiths, lane 3, Pendergraph, lane 4, Moore, lane 5, Barnacle, lane 6, Who, lane 7, Vague, lane 8, Kenny, lane 9, Edwards, lane 10, Godey. Looks like we do have scratches in lanes 2 and 10. I was walking around earlier and I was trying to count the number of Umley coaches. I couldn't figure out, is there 5, 6, 7? As we enter the halfway point. All right, we got 3 that are under a minute here, going to give a good run at it. For those of you who can't hear Kaylee, she's the one that says, move. She says it at least 6 or 7 times a lap. There she goes again. Strong swim coming into the wall here. Lane 5, lane 7, right on that qualifying time pace. Let's keep up the crowd energy. Let's cheer these boys on. Here comes 7. I'm sorry, that's 6, 7. That's Jersey Shore, home of Snooki, and Jaywell. And we got 1. We got 1. Congratulations, gentlemen.
Heat number 5 of 7, Madam Referee.
Just want you to know. So my kids are like, what are they doing with the 67? We know what they're doing. They said it again.
In the water is the 5th of 7 heats. In lane number 1, Jacob Sutton. In lane number 2, Mr. 6'7" himself, Ian Ryan. Lane number 3, Brennan Kane. Lane 4, Connor Zhu. Lane number 5, McCade Ward. Lane number 6, Brady Schlatter. Lane 7, Keegan Stahl. Lane number 8, Luke Finn. Lane number 9, Danzi Hernandez. And in lane 10, Ryan Walter. Off that first turn, Keegan Stahl, 27-12. A lot of these swimmers starting since the age of 6 or 7. Moving on and progressing. Lane 7 still with that lead. That's Keegan Stahl. Trying to make a statement at the halfway mark. 58-21, well under the mark he needs. Flanked out there in lane number 8 with Luke Finn from Jersey. Luke trying to keep him honest as we get into this third 50. Most of these races we'll see about 6, 7 different lead changes throughout. This one is no different. Lane 8 now looking like they've overtaken. That's Luke Finn out there from Jersey Shore in the 6-7 zip code. Lane number 2 now, 6-7 Ian Ryan. He's cranking away at a tempo rate that no one has ever seen before. Ryan in 2, Luke in 8. These two battling it out. Luke Ryan's tempo rate way faster than 6-7 as he gets into that wall. He hits it first and gets a new national cut. 2:01.50, Ian, 6-7 Ryan.
Heat 6, Madam Starter. All right, up next, Heat 6-7. In lane 1, Calderon. Lane 2, Muldowney. Lane 3, Fuller. Lane 4, Mack. Lane 5, Harris. Lane 6, Andrzejczyk. Lane 7, Ding. Lane 8, Haganas. Lane 9, Kalaminian. Lane 10, Gould. Alex Muldowney with a huge reaction time, 6-7. Victor from Wyckoff, only 14 years old, out quick. He's in lane 6, followed closely by 7. Now we got lane 3 surging to the front. Again, qualifying time is 2:03.59. This is 6 of 7 heats. Six or 7 of these boys have a shot at this. All right, here we go. 2:03.59. 2:03.59. We will have at least 2 or 3 really right on the qualifying time. Coaches, let's bring these gentlemen home. Those in the stands, root them in. Got a surge out of lane 10 here. Coming on strong, 6, 7. Here comes 10. We've won. We got one more, congratulations.
Heat number 7, Madam Referee. In the water now is the 7th and final heat of the men's 200-meter freestyle. Lane number 1, Matt Showmaker. Lane 2, Phil Greasy. Lane 3, Nate Gonzalez. Lane 4, Gavin Grouser. Lane 5, Tyler Rohr. Lane 6, Eli Aiken. Lane 7, Andrew Mims. Lane 8, Reynolds Chilton. Lane 9, Weston Canty. And rounding out the field in 10, Andrew Furtado. Here we go at that first turn. Gavin Grouser, 27.79. That's a whole lot of shake mixed with just the right amount of bake. Grouser out there in 4, establishing his dominance on the field. 6, 7 meters out as he comes in. It is Grouser, 58.11, trying to hold on now. He's got 100 meters of pure pain. He's on the 6-7 train now. Not backing down one bit, Gavin Grouser. Grouser now into that third turn with a big breath, 31-4. Let's cheer him on as he tries to hold off the rest of the field. That field is charging on him though. I want to hear more than 6 or 7 coaches out there. Let's go, y'all. There it is. Grouser trying to hold off the rest of the field. We all know that pain, and he's not backing down. 6-7 meters away. Grouser into the wall. He hits first. 2:01.62. 4 new national cuts. Way to go, gentlemen.
All right, up next is event 243, women's 200-meter breaststroke. There will be 2 heats of this event. Madam Referee. Qualifying time in this event is 2:52.49. Lane 3, McDermott. Lane 4, Swindler. Lane 5, Campbell. Lane 6, Baum. Lane 7, Baumgartner. Lane 8, Coladas. There are 6, not 7 swimmers in this heat. Coach Kelly from KJ, how many swimmers do you have at this meet? 6, 7, 8? 7, thank you. Grace McDermott off to a fast start here. Lane 3. Team nickname is the Sea Turks. They used to be the Sea Dragons, and before that they were the Tarpons. 3 team names for Canada in my coaching tenure. All right, 200 breaststroke again. Qualifying time, 2:52.49. Thirteen-year-old Liv Campbell making a move in lane 5. Grace in 3, trying to hold her off. All right, here they go. As they turn for the finish here, let's root them in. All of these ladies' seat times are above 3 minutes. How many are going to break that 3-minute barrier? 6 can, 7 can't. All right, we got 1 under 3 minutes. We got 2. Congratulations, ladies. All nice time drops out of that first heat. Congratulations.
Heat 2 of 2, Madam Referee. Second and final heat of this women's 200-meter breaststroke time trial in the water. Lane 1, Maya Merrick. Lane 2, Sophie Walker. Lane 3, Ellie Moran. Lane 4, Natalie Benson. Lane 5, Eleanor Riley. Lane 6, Alyssa Detweiler. Lane 7, McKaylee Keogh. Lane 8, Olivia Meisner. Lane 9, Tammy Lang. And in lane 10, Ellie Russer. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm always impressed as we have more than 6 or 7 states being represented here at the YMCA Nationals. It's more like 10 or 12 states. It's a pretty amazing event. Out there in lane number 5, Eleanor Riley, 38-16. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a true superstar amongst us. He's walking away really quickly, but Eddie is one of the greatest officials of all time. He's been doing this far over 6-7 years. Under the flags for the halfway mark, that's lane number 3, Ellie Moran, 121.99. That's right at where you want to be at that halfway mark. Splitting 43-4. Ellie holds on to that pace. She's got a shot of a new national cut, but she's being chased by 6-7 new athletes. All of them biting for that elusive national cut. All right, 6-7 meters left of this third 50. Moran holding on now, 44.81. She's gonna have to bring that heat if she wants to make the cut. She's well on pace. Let's cheer her on now. She's got about 25 meters. She don't look tired at all. She's not slowing down, she's speeding up now. Moran chasing that 2:52 mark to get the national cut. She comes in with a 2:56.9. She's going to be well under that mark, 6-7 meters to go. Ellie Moran reaching out, extending for that wall, 2:52.02. She made the cut.
Up next is event 244 men's 200-meter breaststroke. There will be 2 heats of this event. Madam Referee. All right, qualifying time in this event is 2:37.79. In lane 2, Jacobson. Lane 3, Wang. Lane 4, Bordeaux. Lane 5, Rieger. Lane 6, Couture. Lane 7, Herpel. Lane 8, Hunter Gardner. Lane 9, McIntyre. Todd, I only thought this heat had 6 or 7, but there's actually 8 gentlemen in this heat. If you're wondering, that's Coach Kaylee again, cheering for Gray. Oh, that was 6, maybe 7 moves for the lap for Gray. We have now surpassed 6, 7, up to 18 national cuts. Yesterday there was 30. We need 12 more to tie yesterday's record. Let's keep these gentlemen moving. 4, 5, and 6 have a real shot at it. $237.79, $237.79. Let's see what Max and Gary have left in the tank. Gray just has to finish. Nice strong push in lane 5. It's not 2:36, but 7 for that qualifying time, 7:09. 2:37, 7:09. We've got one. Congratulations.
How about a round of applause for our facilities crew changing out the touchpad in lane number 5 in world record time. The fast facility crew, thank you so much.
Took like 6 or 7 seconds.
I think it was less than 6 or 7 seconds. Heat 2 of 2, Madam Referee. And just like that, the second and final heat of these men's 200-meter breaststroke time trial. Lane number 1, Aiden Torres. Lane number 2, Henry Gimby. Lane 3, Kale Lychek. Lane 4, Douglas Gee. Lane number 6, Shane Martin. Lane 7, Simeon Sikorika. Lane number 8, Lanham Bowman. Lane 9, Logan Nasataki. And in lane 10, Steven Stauslidis. Out quick, out there in lane number 3. That's Kale Lynch, 34.84. Lane number 1, Aiden Torres throwing down a 3.667. Charging the field. We had 5 different athletes with the reaction time of 6.7 in this race. That means they're off the blocks quick. Pretty even field out there, lanes 3, 4, and it looks like lane number 7, all vying for that number 1 spot at the halfway mark. It will be 7 though, lane 3, Kale Lynch holding on, 15:45, that's 300ths ahead of Sikrika in lane 7. Sikrika just getting warmed up, it looks like. His tempo is up about 6-7 tenths per second. Lychek at 3, trying to hold off Sikrika in 7, but it looks like Sikrika's now taking over. And it is Sikrika, 39.43. If he can bring it home like that, he has a shot. Sikrika pulling away now. Guns blazing, 25 meters to go. Here we go, under the flag, 6-7 meters to go, Sikrika now. He hits 2:35.20. Douglas Gee in that 37.03 also sneaks in 2 new national cuts.
All right, up next we have event 245. That is the women's 200 long course meter backstroke. There'll be 3 heats of this event. Madam Referee. All right, this is heat 1. Lane 4, Bell. Lane 5, Durant. Lane 6, Hodum. Lane 7, Hazlitt. I've been noticing, Todd, that great reaction times out of 6-7 all day. That last heat had 2 6.5s, a 6.4, but no 6.7. The national qualifying time in this event is 2:30:59. 2:30:59. We are already at 21 qualifiers. Let's see how high we can get that number today. All right, let's keep Mackenzie Bell and Anna Durant moving. They have a shot at this cut. Again, that cut is 2:30:59. 2:30:59. Todd's vocals on this microphone are about 6 to 7 octaves higher than mine, and he's impressed by that.
I have 2 different lines going.
These girls have fallen off the pace for the cut, but they're definitely going to improve on their seat times. Let's bring them home. Lanes 4, 5, followed by 6, 7. Let's bring them home. Who's going to win here? We got Anna McKenzie. Anna in 5. Nice time drop, ladies. 5-4, followed by 6-7.
Heat 2 of 3, Madam Referee. In the water is the second of 3 heats now of the women's 200-meter backstroke. Lane 1, Riley Reed. Lane 2, Messina Barbe. Lane 3, Sally Langmaid. Lane 4, Penny Richardson. Lane 5, Emma Bell-Scoot-Katie. Lane 6, Allie Parker. Lane 7, Sarah Lean Mathewson. Lane 8, Leah McNamara. Lane number 9, Abigail Kissling. And in lane 10, Haven Ferguson. After that first 50, that's Messina Barbe out there in a 35:58. She's followed closely by almost the entire field. Not just 6, 7 of them, but all 10 bunched together here. at the halfway mark. Messina just pulling away here. 1:13.15 out there in lane number 2. Not quite outside smoke, but pretty darn close to it. The rest of the field trying to hang on now. But Messina only picking up tempo at this point. Looks like Messina's stroke count to the wall is about 6 or 7 strokes. Coming into that turn. She's still got the lead, 39-4, but she's outsplit by lane number 5, Bilasquez Katie. That last name, if you add them all together, is 6 plus 7. That's 13 letters. Lane 6, 7, and 5, 6th place here, but it is lane 2, Messina Barbie. She's bringing in that kick now. It's a 6-7 beat kick tempo here under the flags. Here she goes. Oh, we got some new smoke in lane 8. Who's it gonna be? It will be lane 8. Coming on strong, Leah McNamara. 2:31.38, what a swim.
All right, up next is Heat 3, Madam Referee. All right, this is Heat 3 in the water. Lane 1, Koo. Lane 2, Barnwell. Lane 3, Westnedge. Lane 4, Hayes. Lane 5, James. Lane 6, Dorito. Lane 7, Downey. Lane 8, Kehoe. Lane 9, Warren. Lane 10, Ferrario. Someone's just pointed out that we're about 6-7 minutes behind the timeline here. Swimmers, please pay attention, and coaches to that timeline, about 6-7 behind it. Not sure exactly how many months, but Lily Dorito is probably 6-7 months younger than most of the other competitors in this meet, as she is 12 years old out of the York YMCA. Coached this week by Matt Horner. All right, again, these girls are looking for 2:30.59, 2:30.59. There's about 6 or 7 of these girls are going to take a run at this qualifying time here. Let's keep cheering them on. Lane 6, Lily from York. Trying to get run down by lane 4. Coach Eric and Kettering. Let's cheer these girls on. Again, we're looking for 2:30.59. We've got 1. We've got 2. Congratulations, ladies. 2 new national qualifiers.
2 more, yep.
Yeah, what are you, 6-7 seconds behind us?
Event 246 men's 200-meter backstroke time trial, heat 1 of 2, Madam Referee.
Wait, what is it with the 6'7"? Oh, I feel like it just. Yeah. No, there's like a meme or a joke thing.
Yeah. We've only said it about 105 times.
Yeah, no, it's a lot.
Is it too much?
No, it's just like there's a thing going.
In the water now is the first of two heats. Lane number 4, AJ Connolly. Lane 5, Avery Rohr. And in lane 6, Connor Welt. These three gentlemen on a brave journey together. 200 meters of backstroke. Shooting for the elusive 2:19.99 for a long course national cut.
We'll keep trying now.
Are you guys involved in a bet?
Always, in all ways.
Lane number 4, currently AJ Connolly in the lead, 34-10. All 6 of 7 of the Lakeland Hills coaches cheering him on here. There you go, see? Just had to wake up Coach Elko 6-7 times now. AJ Connolly at that turn, 1:10.55. Slightly behind what he needs to pull off that 2:19.99 cut. But he's at least 2 body lengths ahead of the rest of the field now. AJ Connolly with a large lead over the rest of the field coming into that third 50. Splitting 37.9, a bit off the pace now, but trying to go for a best time. He's got to come home in that 37. For all 6-7 of those Lakeland Hills coaches, cheer him on now. Let's get him. He wants a BT. Let him cook. Connolly now 6-7 meters away from the wall. His time coming in 2:36.23, and he shatters it 2:25.21. And his last split there, 3:6.73. What a split coming home.
Up next is heat 2 of 2. Madam Referee. All right, in the water is heat 2. Lane 1, Metellus. Lane 3, Gary. Lane 3, McKnight. Lane 4, Zimmerman, who's a scratch. Lane 5, Norega. Lane 6, Pham. Lane 7, Bure. Lane 8, Chupard. Lane 9, Kudak. Again, qualifying time is 2:19.99, 2:19.99. Six, 7 with a real tight race here. First and second after the 50. Here we go as we turn at the 100. Nine is snuck up between 6, 7. These guys are on, they are on pace though for that 2:19.99. Let's keep them moving. Todd, I was wondering in the YMCA, the Brandywine Valley, how many branches you guys up to? 6, 7? Octorailer still count? All right, yeah, so 7 branches, huh? All right, let's keep these gentlemen moving. We are back to 6 and 7 in the lead. That's just right in itself. Again, qualifying time is 2:19.99. 2:19.99. We've got 1. We've got 2. Congratulations.
All right, up next, we've got some combined fun. Event 247 and 248, women's and men's 400-meter individual medley. Madam Referee. All right, in the water is combined event 247 and 248. Look at that reaction time out there in lane 4, 6, 7. That's Izzy Ketterer. Looks like the upper main line has really wanted to charge this 4IM today. 4 of the 5 swimmers brave enough to swim it out there. In lane number 2 is Grace Herlihy. Lane 3, Angela Seminole. Lane 4, Izzy Ketterer. And then out there in lane number 7 is Leo Backus, and in lane 8, Jack Toscano. Toscano leading the boys with a 31.4 on the fly. Out there for the girls, it's Izzy Ketterer, 33.8. 34.67 for Grace Herlihy in that first 50 of fly. Toscano with the body length lead after the butterfly. Charging that wall, 105.1, he means business. And on the girls' side, Izzy Ketterer and Angela Seminole, teammates and lane mates going at it. Coach Owen could be heard miles away in his 6'7" voice. Toscano still trying to cling on to that lead. It's a body length now as he goes into that turn for backstroke, 40.6. Splitting even right next to him is Leo Backus on a 40.7. That's 46.6, 40.7. On the girls' side, Grace Herlihy splitting a 41.1 on that first 50 of back. She's got a 6'7" beat kick going on. Toscano holding up Backus in the backstroke here. Herlihy with a massive backstroke performance, pulling away from her teammates. It is Toscano, second 50 faster than first, 40.49. As he goes into that breaststroke leg. Herlihy, 41.27. Smoking fast backstroke leg. And wouldn't you know it, she's also a breaststroker. As is Seminole and Ketterer, so this is going to be an exciting 100 breast. Both ladies splitting 48-49 on that backstroke leg. Toscano 43.76, but look at Leo Backus, 41.95. Backus not backing down now. Look at him go trying to chase down Toscano. Herlihy, 46.6. Ketterer and Seminole in their own race right now. Stroke for stroke into that wall, 7.183. Backus now trying to chase Toscano down. The body length lead no longer exists as they go into this freestyle leg. It's going to come down to who wants it more. Toscano 3.6, back is 2.8. Herlihy out there holding on. She's now 3-4 body lengths ahead. And she's into the final leg, 48.0. Herlihy with that breakout puts her about 6-7 meters ahead of her teammate now. On the far side, we got Toscano 35-14 into his final leg. 36-3 for Backus. Toscano's going to try and hold him off here as he comes in. He's got an arm cycle rate of .67 and a 6.7 beat kick. He wants this race. He enters with a 5:20.03. I think he's going to be well under that mark as he's 6-7 meters into the wall. Jack Toscano just a hair above that 5-minute mark, 5:02.51. What a swim. Herlihy now 25 meters to go for the women's 400 meter. Grace was entered with a no time, so as long as she finishes, it's a best time. Here she goes. Under the flags, head down into the wall, 5:29, 6.7. Way to go, Grace Herlihy. Ketter Seminole stroke for stroke, making this race even more exciting. Here we go into the finish, and it's a tie.
Boo, it's bad.
All right, up next, we have event 249. This is the women's 100 long course meter butterfly. There'll be 2 heats in this event. Madam Referee. All right, heat 1 of 2 in lane 1, Palmer. Lane 2, NASA. Lane 3, Jazz Tribe. Lane 4, Jelinas. Lane 5, McGrath. Lane 6, McNutt. Lane 7, Keller. Lane 8, McGuire. Lane 9, Lake. Interesting enough, we have swimmers with ages 14, 15, 6, 7, and 18 in this race. I thought McNutt went out in 6-7, but that's a 5-7 up there for her going out. 31-8 for Elena in lane 4. That's lane 4. Central Bucks, the Fighting John Foffs. Qualifying time is 1:07.59. 1:07.59. Great job, Elena, just off that qualifying time. Many of these girls dropping time overall, though. Congratulations, ladies.
Heat 2 of 2, Madam Referee. Second and final heat now of the women's 100-meter butterfly. Lane number 1, Paige Simon. Lane 2, Sarah Thomas. Lane 3, Brooklyn Kuntz. Lane 4, Leah Romanowski. Lane 5, Grace Wagner. Lane 6, Mariah Quad. Lane 7, Parker Gentile. Lane 8, Francesca Cordero. Lane 9, Sam Arias. Lane 10, Blake Bauer. Lane 4 with the 6-7 reaction time. Fastest of the field. That's Leah Romanowski. 6-7 off the blocks, and she hits the wall first at the halfway mark, 31.05. Looks like lane 6-7 is not here for the race. Everyone else is here. Romanowski trying to hold off the rest of the field. She was off the blocks of .67. But the rest of the field's starting to catch up as they come under these flags. Stroke for stroke into the finish. You're not going to know. Romanowski trying to hold them all off. Here she comes. And it will be lane number 5, Grace Wagner. 107.94. What a swim.
All right, up next is event 250, men's long course 100 butterfly. There'll be 4 heats of this event. Madam Referee. All right, heat 1, lane 2, Roar, lane 3, Dang, lane 4, O'Hara, lane 5, Fedorov, lane 6, Hutton, lane 7, Borth, lane 7, Galpern, lane 9, O'Connell. It's funny, we have reaction times of 6-6, 6-8, but no 6-7 in that heat. Avery out in that 7-6. We were really looking for a 6-7 there. These gentlemen have a shot. Qualifying time is 1:01.19. 1:01.19. (1:01.19). Great swims, gentlemen. Great swims.
Heat 2 of 4, Madam Referee. All right, in the water, second of 4 heats now. Lane number 1, Andrew Leahy. Lane 2, Tyler Swaka. Lane 3, Will Jackson. Lane 4, Chris Matetsky. Lane 5, Christian Loganze. Lane 6, Patrick Blaylock. Lane 7, Dylan Condelli. Lane 8, Kyle Williams. Lane 9, Matt Unlehop. And in lane 10, Noah Wells. These gentlemen out for a 1:01.19. Out first, Tyler Swaka, 27:20. That's well under the mark he needs to go. Chris Lozaguez as well, 27.75. Just off that 27.67 he was looking for. Swaka now 6-7 meters away from the wall into the finish. Under the flags, can he hold on? Body's getting heavy, reaching to the wall. 1/100th off 1:01.20, what a swim.
All right, heat 3, Madam Referee.
I was thinking of my Jack joke.
All right, heat 3, lane 1, DeCastro, lane 2, Rocco, lane 3, Daly, lane 4, Holter, lane 5, Gagone, lane 6, Forget, lane 7, LePage, lane 8, Barista, lane 9, Shadida, lane 10, Shield. We don't need 6 or 7, but we need 5 more national qualifying times to equal yesterday's number of 30. We are at 25 right now. So we need 5. We are looking for 5 new national choirs. Let's bring these gentlemen home. 1:01.19. 1:01.19 is the qualifying time we're looking for. About 6 or 7 of them have a shot here. We got 1, we got 2. Congratulations, gentlemen.
Heat 4 of 4, Madam Referee. Last heat of the 100-meter butterfly. Lane 1, Elijah McDowell. Lane 2, Parker Schnell. Lane 3, Micah Frank. Lane 4, Connor Welt. Lane 5, Lucas Fontana. Lane 6, Tyler Liska. Lane 7, Fritz Russell. Lane 8, Daxon Novitsky. Lane 9, James Davis. Lane 10, Declan McDonald. Lane 1 and in lane 6 going 6-7 on that reaction time. And wouldn't you know it, the upper main line's code is 5967. Lucas Fontana, 26, 27 out there. Tyler Liska, that's 6-7 between the two of them, 1-2. They're under the mark they need for the cut. Let's cheer them on. We're going to have 6 or 7 cuts in this heat. These gentlemen bringing it home now. Let them cook, here they come. Looking for that 101, never mind that, under a minute. That's 1, 2, 3 new national cuts. 58.60 to Lucas Fontana. Timers, after all that excitement, you look like you'd like to walk 50 meters down to the other side. Timers, we need you to do that walk all the way to the other side. Get those steps in. Here we go.
We got 31 cuts. Yeah, we got them by 1. All right, let's do a quick timer check here. 1, 2. Timer for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. These are our last 3 heats of the session. This is event 251, women's 50-meter breaststroke. There will be 1 heat. There is no qualifying time for this event. Swimming for best times. Madam Referee. Lane 3, Helena. Lane 4, Maya. Lane 5, Sydney. Lane 6, Victoria. Lane 7, Reese. Just 1 lap. They're burning and turning. Lane 7, Reese out of Jersey Shore. I think there's about 6 or 7 good characters that came out of that TV show. Congratulations, Victoria.
All right, final event, event 252, men's 50-meter breaststroke, heat 1 of 2. Madam Referee. All right, the first of 2 heats. Lane 2, Colin Brickner. Lane 3, Logan Sensing. Lane 4, Alex Ness. Lane 5, Ryan Shearning. Lane 6, Jack Bossing. Lane 7, Amari Siblis. Lane 8, Chris Gutierrez. These gentlemen plowing down here, 6-7 tempo all the way. All 6-7 of them into the flags here, all together as one. Who's it gonna be? And it's lane number 5, Ryan Schneering, 33.87.
Up next, the final event of the time trial session, event number 252, heat 2. Madam Referee. Lane 1, Mueller. Lane 2, Katong. Lane 3, Wu. Lane 4, Valeretti. Lane 5, May. Lane 6, Campbell. Lane 7, Cave. Lane 8, Brandon. Lane 9, Bierning. Lane 10, Garay. Let's keep up the excitement, coaches. Last race of the day. Congratulations, we had 31 national qualifiers in today's session. 31 national qualifiers. Pretty funny that Justin Wu finishes at 3.367.
All right, swimmers, please clear the pool. That is it for time trials. Thank you, everybody, for being such a gracious, gracious crowd. Happy Wednesday.